David, you sent an article to us this week about National Association of Realtors divulged problems that plague their business. And I think we know that in any industry you're going to have great people and you're going to have not so great people. But one of the things I've always positioned for at our company is a lot of education. And I think when you have agents that are taking extra classes, when you go to Remax University, when we're teaching and coaching them and they're traveling to different conferences to learn things, I think that we're more prepared for changes like the CFPB coming. So
Right.
all the changes coming with that. Our agents will know how to navigate and set the proper expectations and be prepared to tell the clients what kind of timelines that they're going to have, because we go through a lot of extra education that isn't required by, to get a real estate license.
Look, the reason your team is so good, they have buy-in to you, and you guys provide more training than any other realtor group that I'm aware of, at least. And you guys do a great job on more than a weekly basis.
And everybody's tied into you, and I was always impressed. I said, how do you get, because when you have independent contractors or commission people, anybody that has people out there that work for them that are commissioned, they start doing pretty well. They think that they can do whatever they want, and they don't show up to meetings, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in your
That's
world,
when I fire them.
yeah. But in your world, you provide them with the leads, so it's really easy. Don't show up to the meeting, don't get any leads. I mean, there's a motivation to come to the meeting.
Well, and I think,
Yeah.
but I also think it's also part of the culture of the company. I think we have a self-managed culture where everyone wants to be a part of it. Everyone understands that they're a member of an all-star team. They're a contributor to a team that's going to win and keep winning. But it requires them to be a role. And it's a big difference.
You have to know what you're doing. You have some of the most educated realtors and the most educated training that goes around. And the article that I sent was basically any realtor, just in general, has to complete 70 hours of education.
Where a cosmetologist has to do
Cosmetologist has to get 372.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how does that make sense? The biggest transaction in someone's life.
If your cosmetologist will sell you real estate,
Exactly.
you can get a free massage with that or something.
Well, you mentioned it. It's funny you mentioned it because I think what you said was millennials. A lot of the reason they don't trust in real estate is because they don't view them as they're not differentiated. Right. They don't view them as like this high level professional. And obviously, we buck that trend by endorsements and the training and the coaching and all the different advertising things that we do. And our agents do a whole lot more than 372 hours of training. I mean, it's way more than that. But the National Association of Realtors only requires that amount, and unfortunately, it leaves a bad taste with the consumer in our industry because you have people unprepared, uneducated on new trends. You will have a whole slew of realtors when all these changes with the CFPB come out. You will have a whole slew of realtors that have absolutely no idea about them. They got no idea. They're calling you, screaming at you because the closing hasn't happened, and literally it's because they haven't gone to a meeting in 6 months. They haven't read an article, but they're on Facebook every day.
Right.
Yeah, you'd be surprised the amount of training that we've done in different real estate offices to where you would expect a good percentage of the agents to come to listen about the changes that are taking place, and the turnout hasn't been spectacular.
And even if you offer a free lunch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Free food usually gets it done. Free food usually works,
so hopefully, our goal is to educate as many people out there just so they can have realistic expectations this last quarter of the year if they're involved in a real estate closing, because it is going to take a little longer than normal.
we got to run to a break. We'll be back. We're going to continue this conversation here on the Duncan Duo Show.